If you've ever been to Rome, you just can't miss it. I mean, it's this colossal white monument that absolutely gleams under the Italian sun. It's such a huge contrast to all the ancient ruins and the warm-toned buildings around it. You know, it's a landmark every tourist sees, but not many people really get what it's all about. So let's dive into this marble giant.
So, what is this building, really? I mean, officially, it's the Victor Emmanuel II National Monument. But it's this structure that's been, both praised as this incredible national symbol and kind of playfully mocked by the very people it was built for. So, let's unpack the really complex, controversial, and ultimately sacred story of this Roman giant.
Okay, first things first, let's just take a moment to appreciate the sheer scale of this thing. It's not just big, it's a statement literally carved in stone, designed so you can see it from almost anywhere in the city.
To give you some perspective, the Vittoriano is an absolutely staggering 135 meters wide. That's almost 1.5 football fields, you guys. Its construction totally redefined the northern slope of one of Rome's most historic hills.
And it's not just wide, it is tall. From its base all the way to the top of those amazing bronze quadrigas, those four-horse chariots, it stands at a towering 81 meters. Its size and that brilliant white marble make it completely impossible to ignore, which kind of begs the question, why was it built in the first place?
Now, what's really interesting is the why behind this massive project. See, this monument wasn't built in ancient times. Its story actually begins in the 19th century, which was a really pivotal moment for Italy.
The entire thing is a product of the Risorgimento, this passionate, kind of turbulent movement that unified Italy into a single kingdom. I mean, after centuries of being just a patchwork of separate states, Italy was finally one nation. And this monument, it was built to honor the man who became the face of that new nation, Victor Emmanuel II, the very first king of a unified Italy. It was a physical attempt to cement a new national identity, giving the title Padre della Patria, the father of the fatherland, a home right in the heart of Rome.
And if you look at the timeline, you can see just how long this took. The idea came about right after the king's death in 1878, but construction, led by the architect Giuseppe Sacconi, didn't actually kick off until 1885. It was officially inaugurated in 1911 to mark 50 years of Italian unity. But get this, the final touches weren't done until 1935. This project spanned more than half a century. It literally outlived many of its original creators.
But here's the twist in the story. For all its grand intentions, the Vittoriano was controversial from the get-go. It was supposed to be a unifying symbol, but it ended up deeply dividing the people of Rome.
The vision was so grand, a modern forum, a majestic public space for the new capital, but the reality of it? Well, the reality was messy. To clear the space, a whole medieval neighborhood, complete with ancient Roman ruins, was just demolished. And that brilliant white marble, the stuff that was supposed to make the monument shine, to a lot of locals, it was just garish, an eyesore that totally clashed with the warm, earthy tones of historic Rome.
And this quote really just captures the mood at the time. I mean, imagine you live in this city of ancient, weathered stone, and then, boom, this gleaming, super elaborate structure just appears. The feeling was that it just didn't belong. It was too big, too white, too new.
And what do Romans do when they're not impressed? They give it a nickname. Or, in this case, two of them. It was mockingly called the wedding cake because of its tiered, really ornate look, and the typewriter because of the shape of its grand staircase. And honestly, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
So for decades, it was this controversial landmark, more mocked than loved. But a national tragedy would soon give this wedding cake a new, profound soul. In the 20th century, it would be transformed into something truly sacred, the Altare della Patria, or the altar of the fatherland.
After the just immense devastation of World War I, Italy needed a central place to mourn and honor its fallen, and the Vittoriano, with its grand central position, was chosen to house a new, incredibly powerful symbol of national sacrifice.
The turning point came in 1921 with the creation of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, and the story behind it is just heartbreakingly beautiful. From the bodies of 11 unidentified soldiers, one was chosen to represent all the fallen. And who made the choice? A mother named Maria Bergamos, whose own son was lost in the war. Her choice, that one single soldier, came to represent every son, brother, and father who never came home.
So this part of the monument is now its spiritual heart. You have the tomb, which is watched over by this grand statue of the goddess Roma. There's an eternal flame that burns day and night, and a guard of honor stands in a perpetual vigil.
It completely transformed a controversial landmark into the hallowed ground of national remembrance.
But the story doesn't end there. Today, the Vittoriano is a living landmark. It's the backdrop for Italy's most important national celebrations, like Republic Day. And now it's evolving once again, as something huge is happening right underneath its foundations.
So the construction of Rome's new metro C line is turning this entire area into what they're calling a station museum. Picture this. First, you'll arrive by metro deep beneath the piazza. Second, you'll get to explore archaeological finds, like Emperor Hadrian's School of Arts, displayed right there in the station. And finally, you'll be able to connect through underground tunnels directly to the Vittoriano and the Imperial Forums. It's this seamless blend of ancient history, national history, and modern life.
So, it's gone from a controversial symbol of unity to a sacred altar of remembrance, and now to a futuristic transit hub that connects all these different layers of history. The story of the Vittoriano is still being written, and it leaves us with a really fascinating question. As our cities evolve, how do we honor the past while we're building the infrastructure of the future?